Conor was awesome at our convention. He provided a great presentation, mixed great business tips with great humor, and worked overtime to customize it to our needs and to fit our audience. Fantastic and definitely worth having with us.
Research I have done on corporations convinces me that many successful businesses have achieved their growth and their success because they have had a clear and compelling vision as to what success will look like. Now, as an Irishman, it might not surprise you to know that I'm a keen imbiber of a very famous black drink. There are few things in life that give me greater pleasure than going to my local establishment, ordering my favourite drink, waiting patiently for that drink to be poured, and then, before I take my first satisfying sip, I ponder. And as music and chatter fills the background, I ponder why this drink has become so world famous. And by the way, I'm talking about Starbucks coffee here. The reason why Starbucks coffee has become such an amazing brand is because of the clear and compelling vision of the driving force behind Starbucks, Howard Shaw. A for attitude. Now, every one of us here goes through tough times at some stage in life. We hit potholes, we hit speed bumps, we've got personal tragedies, we might have other tragedies in our life. It is life, that's what happens. But if you can choose your attitude, it definitely will help you to overcome that speed bump and get out of that pothole. How do you do it? You do it by asking yourself one simple question when things go wrong. And that one simple question, it's a powerful one. The question is, what do I want my attitude to be? What do I want my attitude to be? I'll give you a personal anecdote on this. A couple of years ago, I was driving in the western suburbs in Chicago in heavy rush hour traffic. I came to a set of traffic lights and I turned left at the traffic lights. A couple of seconds after turning left, I noticed in my rear view mirror a mobile discotheque. i.e. a cop car with flashing lights. I pulled to the slower lane, the cop car pulled to the slower lane. And you know the way that sometimes moments are frozen in your mind? I can remember saying to myself something like, well, holy boiled bacon and cabbage. What could that fine officer of the law want with an upstanding citizen like me? Well, that was the gist of what I was thinking. So I pulled into a little parking lot that was at the side of the road, and he followed me in. And as I pulled into the parking lot, I was thinking, right, the only thing he might want to speak to me about now is that when I did turn left at the traffic lights, they were slightly red. But not by a whole lot now, in fairness. So I said, all right, that's probably what he wants to talk to me about. And as he was checking me on the computer to see if I was a member of the Irish Republican Army or something like that, I asked myself that question that you should ask yourself when things go wrong. The question I asked myself is, what do I want my attitude to be? What do I want my attitude to be? And I said, I don't want to be antsy, I don't want to be annoyed about this. So I saw him get out of his car. I was looking in my side mirror. I saw him walking up to me, a big burly guy. And as he was walking up to me, I prayed that he had an Irish name. And I prayed that he had this vision of Ireland, that the roads are still unpaved, that milk is brought to the creamery and donkey and cart, and that traffic lights are, well, basically advisory. He then said to me, he asked for my license and insurance, and whatever way the conversation started, just after a few seconds into the conversation, he said to me, sir, I like your attitude. Now, for a cop who's about to throw the book at me or something, I take that as a real compliment. But it came about because I asked myself the question, What do I want my attitude to be? When something goes wrong over the next couple of days, and it probably will. When you get annoyed at something over the next few days or weeks, and you probably will. And if you've got some issues at work or at home, ask yourself the question, what do I want my attitude to be?